Beneath the surface of our planet's vast oceans lie secrets still untouched by time. Civilizations once thriving, now erased by water's force, perhaps not by accident, but as part of history's hidden chapters. We often imagine ruins buried in sand, but what if the greatest stories are sunken beneath the waves? The ocean covers over 70% of Earth's surface, yet only a fraction has been explored. And in that deep silence, ancient voices may still echo. In India, Dwarka, described in sacred Hindu texts as Lord Krishna's capital, has been found underwater near the Gujarat coast. Marine excavations revealed stone anchors, walls, and artifacts dating back thousands of years. In Egypt, Heracleion, once a bustling port, disappeared after earthquakes and floods. Its rediscovery in 2000 revealed colossal statues, temple ruins, and inscriptions. In Lake Titicaca, divers unearthed evidence of submerged temples and offerings. In 360 BC, Greek philosopher Plato described Atlantis, a mighty, advanced city said to have vanished beneath the sea in a single day and night of misfortune. When oral traditions speak of floods, gods, and vanishing cities, scientists now listen. Geological surveys test soil layers. These legends fuel discovery, guiding expeditions and inspiring technologies. It preserves temples built of coral, roads paved with volcanic stone, tools left untouched for millennia. And the more we listen to the myths, from Plato to ancient Sanskrit, from Japanese fishermen to Andean priests, the clearer it becomes. History is fluid. Sometimes it drifts. Sometimes it sinks. But always, it waits to be uncovered. Underwater archaeology has exploded with advancements: sonar imaging, AI-based mapping, remote-operated vehicles that explore depths unreachable by divers. Each discovery, each shattered column and buried artifact, reshapes our timeline of human progress. We see not primitive people, but innovators whose legacies were swallowed by the sea. Linguists trace patterns in ancient storytelling. And historians re-evaluate what was considered fiction. Could these be distorted memories of real events, tsunamis, tectonic shifts, or climate changes that reshaped civilizations? And with every new dive, sonar ping, and uncovered monument, we rewrite a story we thought we understood. His account in Timaeus and Critias sparked centuries of fascination. Geologists found no continental crust in that region, yet stories of Kumarikandam persist in southern India as poetic memory. With sharply cut steps, flat platforms, and what appears to be an altar, the monument sparks fierce debate. Professor Masaaki Kimura believes it was carved by humans over 10,000 years ago. Skeptics argue it's simply shaped by natural erosion. Yet when divers explore its terraces and archways, it's hard not to wonder, was this a ceremonial center, forgotten and reclaimed by the sea? In the Pacific, British Colonel James Churchward spoke of Mu, a civilization lost long before Egypt or Mesopotamia. Though criticized as pseudoscience, these tales have influenced cultural identity and inspired real scientific inquiry. Could seismic activity and rising seas explain the roots of these legends? Atlantis was organized in concentric rings of land and water, featuring vast palaces, temples to Poseidon, and a naval power that rivaled all known empires. Some scholars say it was a metaphor for hubris and punishment. Others search still, pointing to the Sahara, Antarctica, or Bimini Road in the Bahamas, a strange underwater stone formation resembling paved roads. But Atlantis is only the beginning. In the Indian Ocean, legends speak of Lemuria, a lost continent where Tamil culture flourished before vanishing. In the waters off Japan lies Yonaguni, a submerged structure stretching hundreds of feet across the seabed. Stories of sunken cities aren't unique to the Mediterranean or Asia. Across cultures, these myths share something remarkable: a reverence for lost knowledge and a fear of nature's power. It's not just the stories that matter, it's what they lead us to. The ocean is more than a graveyard, it is a time capsule. What lies beneath may not just be ruins. It may be answers to who we were and what we are becoming. For centuries, stories of underwater cities lived only in myth. But in recent decades, discoveries across the globe have begun to blur the line between fantasy and fact. From sunken temples to submerged streets, science is finally catching up with legend, and what we're refinding beneath the ocean may rewrite everything we thought we knew. Near the coast of Greece lies Pavlopetri, one of the oldest known underwater cities, dating back over 5,000 years. Once a key trade port and religious center near Alexandria, Heracleion sank after a series of earthquakes and rising sea levels. Rediscovered in 2000, its remains stunned the world: colossal statues of Egyptian gods, inscriptions, ceremonial boats, gold coins, and even temples. Multi-beam sonar paints topographical maps of the seafloor. Submersible drones roam the depths, capturing high-definition footage in lightless waters. AI algorithms help reconstruct ruins by analyzing thousands of fragmented data points, piecing together broken temples and distorted columns with astonishing precision. Submerged more than 6 meters under the Bay of Ibuki, Heracleion's grandeur hinted at a civilization far more sophisticated than previously understood. These technologies reveal sunken roads, buried mosaics, and even foundations covered for millennia. Every piece of data adds to a larger puzzle, a picture of ancient life long thought erased. And each new tool pulls human history further into focus. Unlike Atlantis, this is no myth. Its streets, courtyards, and tombs remain preserved beneath shallow waters. Their temples aligned with solstices. Their cities followed logical layouts. Their inscriptions recorded philosophy and law. It's a reminder that ancient people weren't simplistic, they were complex, ingenious, and capable of immense achievement. In the dark, in the deep, in silence, to be found again. In some cases, entire walls or inscriptions have disappeared within years of discovery. From the Aegean to the Caribbean, divers continue to descend. Data analysts continue to decode. Historians continue to rewrite. And every ruin surfaced becomes a beacon, a call to look deeper, search wider, and ask bolder questions. Were they wiped out by rapid climate shifts, geological upheaval, or human conflict? Some researchers believe sea level rise at the end of the last ice age flooded countless coastal settlements. Others argue that tsunamis, triggered by landslides or meteor impacts, may have suddenly submerged thriving cities. Preservation efforts now race against natural decay, pollution, and geopolitical limits. International collaboration becomes vital. Teams from multiple countries share scans, dive logs, and artifact analyses to preserve what remains. Stories from ancient India, Polynesia, and even Mesoamerica speak of sacred places located beneath the waves. Were these metaphorical spiritual realms, or was humanity experimenting with ways to live under the sea? It's speculative, yes. But the ruins make such speculation harder to dismiss. The formations resembled urban blocks, massive stone platforms, symmetrical walls, and shapes unlike natural geology. Though further exploration is limited, satellite imagery and sonar scans suggest it could be evidence of a submerged landmass, possibly tens of thousands of years old. As tectonic plates shifted and oceans warmed, these places were gradually or suddenly swallowed. Historical patterns seem to confirm this, with simultaneous flooding events around the globe recorded in oral traditions and archaeological layers. Scientists remain cautious, but the mystery persists. Could this be a lost city beneath the Caribbean? Discovered in 1967 and digitally mapped in the 2000s, it reveals urban planning far ahead of its time. Pavlopetri had organized housing, drainage systems, and even public spaces. This wasn't a forgotten village, it was a thriving center of commerce and culture during the Bronze Age. In western India, marine archaeologists explored the legendary city of Dwarka, believed to be the home of Lord Krishna, a central figure in Hindu mythology. For centuries, Dwarka was dismissed as symbolic, not historical. Yet beneath the waves off Gujarat's coast, researchers uncovered stone anchors, massive wall foundations, and pottery dating back to 1500 BCE. Ancient texts described the city as disappearing into the sea after Krishna's departure. Now, with physical ruins matching mythological accounts, scholars reconsider its place in history. On Egypt's northern coast, Heracleion, also called Thonis, vanished from maps for over 1,000 years. But not all underwater discoveries are near the shore. Off the coast of Cuba, in deep ocean waters, researchers detected strange megalithic structures arranged in geometric patterns. The tools we now use to uncover these cities are as extraordinary as the ruins themselves. Remote sensing allows archaeologists to see beneath layers of sediment. These sites are often fragile, many exposed only by shifting tides or erosion. That makes timing critical. Even more startling than the ruins are the questions they raise. How did these civilizations fall? One compelling theory suggests that many ancient civilizations lived dangerously close to shorelines, valuing trade access over safety. And still, whispers remain of cities built not on land, but underwater by design. Each discovery redefines our understanding of human development. Underwater cities show us that early societies had advanced knowledge of architecture, hydrology, and astronomy. Underwater archaeology is still young. And with less than 5% of the ocean floor explored, what we've found is likely only the beginning. Because maybe history isn't lost. Maybe it's just waiting. The search for underwater cities isn't just about the past, it's about what comes next. As technology evolves, so does our ability to uncover, understand, and protect submerged civilizations. High-resolution sonar now maps the ocean floor in stunning detail, revealing lost roads, temples, and homes without disturbing the sediment. Submersible drones navigate deep trenches, recording images from places divers could never reach. AI algorithms rebuild entire ruins virtually, turning scattered fragments into living models. We don't just find ruins anymore, we restore their stories. Fishermen in Japan spoke of Yonaguni's underwater terraces 4 decades before scientists arrived. But underwater cities reveal advanced engineering, astronomical alignment, and artistic expression carved into stone. Beneath the Arctic shelf may lie undiscovered settlements from the Ice Age. It's cold, lightless depth shelter ruins from weather, war, and development. New evidence of intercontinental trade stretching back 10,000 years. Perhaps even technologies lost to history, tools for underwater architecture, energy harnessed from waves, forgotten methods of marine navigation. It's a vault, slow to reveal its contents, but patient. And the deeper we dive, the more generous it becomes. Off the coast of South America, sonar reveals patterns hinting at vast submerged terraces. In Southeast Asia, shifting tectonic plates may hide ruins older than any we've found. Exploration is no longer limited by depth, but by curiosity. Empires rise, fall, and sometimes vanish beneath the sea, waiting to be heard again. And maybe, in their silence, they teach us humility. These people understood the stars, the tides, the seasons. They traded goods across continents. They built societies that endured for millennia. In India, Dwarka's ruins reinforce spiritual heritage. These sites are more than history, they are bridges between myth and fact, belief and evidence. When we find a sunken statue, we ask, who built this? What did they believe? How did they live? And when we find a temple, we wonder, what prayers were whispered here? What ceremonies unfolded beneath a rising sun? And in that journey forward, we begin to grasp what it truly means to be human. Today's underwater archaeology is driven by tools that would seem futuristic just decades ago. Touching these ruins, or improperly excavating them, can destroy centuries of history. When viewers walk through a reconstructed Heracleion temple in VR, or hear the echo of wind simulated over Pavlopetri's ancient streets, history becomes personal. Rising seas, environmental collapse, neglect of nature's balance. These cities warn us, quietly, from below. And personal connection drives protection. That's why global conservation efforts are expanding. In 2023, UNESCO designated several submerged sites as protected heritage zones, promoting ethical exploration and funding preservation technology. One emerging method uses underwater LiDAR, laser imaging that cuts through murky water to detect subtle shifts in terrain. Combined with satellite data, researchers can track long-term ocean movements, helping pinpoint where ancient cities may have drifted or collapsed. These maps have revealed sunken harbors beneath the Adriatic Sea, submerged plazas off India's coast, and even hidden fault lines beneath the Caribbean. But discovery comes with responsibility. Many underwater sites are fragile, exposed only because tides or erosion revealed them. Alongside scientists, storytellers play a role too. Documentaries, interactive digital museums, and virtual reality immersions help bring underwater cities to life for the public. Culturally, underwater discoveries reshape identity. For coastal communities, these ruins validate folklore long dismissed. They also challenge assumptions. For too long, history painted ancient people as primitive. The more we uncover, the more we realize how little we know. And here's the greatest irony: the ocean, which hides these cities, also preserves them. In the decades ahead, what might we discover? Cities built to resist flooding. Colonies abandoned during seismic disasters. But the journey doesn't end with discovery, it begins with reflection. Underwater cities force us to confront a deeper truth, that civilization is not linear. Progress doesn't move in one direction. As we look forward, perhaps the most important lesson isn't how they lived, but how they were lost. So let us listen. Let us protect what we find. And let us remember that every discovery beneath the waves is also a reflection of ourselves. Because the ocean doesn't just hold history. It holds our future.